Okay. Cambridge Islands. Hi, James from engVid. Recently, Mr. E has got a promotion, and well, I used to be the star of my own video, James ESL, you remember? Now it's James, well, actually it's Mr. E and James ESL. Lesson of today. I was reading, but he wanted to read something to me. Okay, so let's see what it is. Mr. E walked slowly towards the cute girl and smiled, otherwise she might have walked away. Yeah, so? Crazy word. Oh! Lesson on adverbs. But not just any adverbs, he wants to teach us adverb suffixes. Let's go to the board. So Mr. E walked slowly. Okay, slowly is modifying how he walked. Okay, I got that, slowly. Okay, slowly, cool. Towards the cute girl. Oh! Towards, yeah, okay, towards. I got it. And smiled. Otherwise, she might have walked away. Otherwise. Okay, cool. So what? Who cares? Oh, he's going to teach you something. Well, actually, I'm going to teach you, but I get it. 3 words up here have adverb endings. And these are, you might say, common adverb endings in English. Okay? So today we're going to learn what those endings are, and we're also going to learn how they are added to certain words and how we can use them. Ready? Let's go to the board. So we've got slowly, towards, and otherwise. Okay? So what Mr. E pointed out to me is ly, wards, and wise. 1, 2, and 3. But before I can even talk about them, he wants to make sure you understand why these are important and why they are what are called adverb suffixes. Now, if you're watching this video, I know you know what an adverb is, but I'm going to be a little bit silly and explain it to you, and I'll explain suffix, and from doing that, I think you'll be able to pick up what these mean, why they mean them, and other things. Well, you'll come back and we'll teach you other lessons where you can learn all of them, all right? Okay, to start off with, what's an adverb? Most students know adverbs modify verbs. I'm going to say, how does it modify a verb? Well, adverb. Well, we know a verb is usually an action word, right? Telling us to do something, right? Well, the word add in English means fix. Fix or add on. Or, fix on. Oh, sorry, wrong marker again. Oops. Fix on, or add. So it means add to a verb. So usually when we do adverbs, literally we add this word, we join it towards a verb, right? Now what does suffix mean? Well, suffix has, well, it's right here. Singing because I'm happy. Springtime in Canada. Yellow shirt. Springtime. All right. So suf. Suf means under, actually. Well, it's not suf, it's su. Means under. I keep using the red marker. Red is bad. Bad. So what I want to say is suf, or suf, usually means under. But in this case, it means after. Okay? And fix means add. Believe it or not. So look. Add, fix, add. So what we're trying to say here is this. When you have a suffix, the word suffix basically means, you can probably only see my arm right now, but that's okay. It's a magic arm. Okay? Suffix. So it's one or more letters added after a word. Why is this important? Well, it does one of 2 jobs. It will change the class and or, could be and, or meaning. An example of this would be the word work. Okay? So let me just find some room over here. Okay, I'm just going to put this over here. Erase that a little bit. I know some of you are taking really good notes, and I don't want to stop you from doing your work. So we'll add. So here's an example for you. Work. Work is a verb. That's the clause. Verb. Okay? Now, if we change it and add, like, for instance, er, so plus er, which would be a suffix, right? What you'll find is, by adding the suffix, work becomes worker. And by the magic of television and my pen, or my marker, worker is a noun. So by adding a suffix er, we've done two things. We've changed the word clause. It has now gone from a verb to a noun. And then we've changed the meaning. Work is an activity you do, usually for financial gain or money benefit, or you do work because you have to clean your house. We consider it work, not something you're doing for fun. It's necessary. But the worker is the person doing the activity. It's a noun. It's the person doing the activity, right? So we've got that, and it's got a different meaning, right? It's not work, activity, it's a person. So verb, noun. Just two letters. Now, whenever we add any suffixes, this is what happens. Okay? You add it, it could change the clause of the word and keep the meaning. Usually it doesn't. Or it can change the meaning, or do both. Cool? All right. Now, adverb, so obviously we add this to a verb. So it's going to actually, when we use an adverb, modify the meaning of the verb. So when you have an adverb, it changes the verb. Tells you if the verb is moving. How is the verb moving? Slowly, quickly, right? How is he talking? Fast? Yeah, we can say fast. He's not speaking fast, but is he speaking quickly? Is he speaking slowly? Are you, trying to think of another ly word. Privately, talking privately, commonly, all right? All of these, ly. So now we've done this, what I want to do is I'm going to erase the board here, because you've taken all these notes, right? You're good? So 1, 2, 3, magic, it's going to be all gone. That's a basic lesson. I'll do it another time as well, all right? So you've got that, all right? And we're going to look at the words that we have up here. Now Mr. E has ly, as I mentioned, wards, ward or wards, and wise. Okay? Now, commonly, this is common. ly is what we call common. Many, many adverbs end in ly. It's very common. Quickly, slowly, highly, especially, beautifully, exceptionally, end in ly. Okay, it's a common one. And it has to usually do with related to or quality of. So when you got the ly, it's usually related to, right, or quality. That's what's common. The other thing is usually we add it to adjectives. So if you look at it, you'll find ly will be, it's a common suffix, as I said, because our lesson is on, what is our lesson on? Adverb suffixes, right? So it's on adverb suffixes. So one of the common ones you'll see is ly. Now what we usually do is add it to adjectives. So she dressed beautifully for the occasion. He is an exceptionally bright student, or intelligent student. The man ran quickly up the hill. Right? All of those are adjectives, that's like slow, and it's being modified. What about wards? What does wards mean? Well, it can either be ward or wards without changing the meaning. Ward means direction. That's what most common up here. Okay. Ward literally means direction. Onward, inward, outward, right? Downward, skyward, toward, forward, backward. Luckily, ward has only about 10 particular words. I'm not going to give them all to you right now, but in the dictionary there's only about 10. I've said like 7 of them right there. So it usually means direction. It's telling us where is it going? Where are you going? All right? Direction. And examples would be, I'll tell you this one because people get confused with this one. This is a good one. So here's an example, right? Let's just make that a little neater here. God, I'm speaking slowly and it's killing me. An example would be toward. Toward means to a given direction or to an area. Now going toward is funny because you can go toward something in many different ways. So let me give you an example, all right? Because it just means to, right? It means to some direction. The rest are easy. For instance, backward. I'm going to walk backward towards the camera. Okay? Backward. I'm going to walk forwards. Forward, meaning front towards the camera. Now watch. I'm going to go towards the camera, but it won't be front, forward, or backward. It's going to be this way. See? Sideways, but we go, he's going toward the camera. There's a door over there. I'm going to go towards the door. But it's backwards. No, my direction is to. And that's all that matters when you hear toward. So when you get confused with toward in the future, you go, they're just telling me they're going to something. And it doesn't matter how I get there. I can do this toward the door. I'm still going to the door. See, going to. So instead of toward, you say going to, and that's about what it means. Going to that place in a given direction. Cool? That's towards. You know, it's always about direction. The final one is wise. I did a video earlier where I talked about wise being, oh, the wise man knows all. Or if you like Star Wars, Yoda. Knowing much not, I do. That's my bad Yoda, what can I say? I don't get paid lots to do this, okay? He got $1 million for that movie. So, wise. Well, in this case, wise means, now we usually use the words pertaining, but I didn't want to explain it. I will now that I've said it. Pertaining to is similar to, but not exactly the same as in relation to. It means in regards, in relation, pertaining. It's about something, about some subject. Now, here's the key here. When I said with words, okay, I'll give you a couple words over here because I don't have a lot of space on this end, right? So I'm going to go towards the other side of the board. See? You like that? Towards the other side. And over here, I'm going to put a couple words here, and you're going to get the words like, for instance, back, for, up, down, in, out. Okay? Now what about wise? Well, wise, we usually add wise to the, okay, sorry, words is for direction words. You can see these are all directions. That's easy enough. That's why I said there's only about 10. Okay? But the thing about wise is sort of a weird one. Earlier in English, there were only about 3 of these words that ended in wise. But it is now common practice for us to add wise to a lot of words. Usually, these words have to be nouns. Because wise is like the word about. About always tells us about some subject that we have to be concerned about. Wise does the same thing in this case. With wise, we use a noun to tell us what it's about. So I would say to you, time-wise, this video is about 15 minutes long. Relating to the time, it is about 15 minutes long. Money-wise, I am a very, very rich man. I own the world. Actually, that's a lie. Money-wise, I'm a very, very poor man. After this, I have to clean the floor. You know, I'm going to put on my little uniform and sweep around. Ezekiel is my boss. That's why he got new hair. See, before he had no hair, he bought hair. He's so rich. Okay? Budget-wise. Budget-wise, our movies are doing well. We're on budget. We buy 2 coffee and this is all we can do. Thank you for helping us out. Okay, budget-wise. So we can say time-wise, budget-wise, friend-wise, child-wise. Every time we say wise, it means relating to the subject at the beginning of the word wise. So, child-wise, I have no children. So I go, how are things going? Family-wise, regarding your family, talking about your family, pertaining to your family, right? So that's your adverbial use. So these are 3, ly for lie, words, sorry, ly, which is the most common ending used for adverbs, right? And by the way, where do you usually find the adverb? Maybe when you do the quiz at the end you would find out, or you can tell me. Anyway, yeah, quiz at engVid, let's not forget. Anyway, so ly is the most common ending added to adverbs. So not all the time. Some adjective endings actually have an ly ending, so be careful in this. And about 80% of the time, ly at the end of the word, following the verb or situated after the verb, it's adverb. 80% of the time you can almost guarantee it. Because we usually don't put the adverb between the noun and the verb, right? Cool. Wards. Anytime you see the word end in ward, W-A-R-D, you can almost assume 80% of the time that it's going to be a direction. And the first part of the word will tell you which direction you're going in. Inward, outward, upward, downward, toward, backward. It's telling you to go in this direction. He went, oh, here's one that you may see, but I almost forgot. Sorry. It's one of my favorite songs, Homeward, means in the direction of home. He is going homeward, homeward bound, heading home, going home. Cool, huh? All right. Now, wise, not from intelligence, but you could say, I am a wise man. Everything is in relation to something else, right? Zen, what can I say? So you might say, time-wise, we're almost finished. I'd like to stay with you, but money-wise, I gotta go to work. Remember, sweep the floor for Ezekiel? Okay, see, so we put them together. Now, when we read this story, it gets interesting, right? Mr. E walks slowly towards the girl. Maybe he's going backwards, towards the girl, okay? Otherwise, she might have made a different decision. So, relating to something else, otherwise. Cool? She might have walked away. Anyway, I'm going to get going. Time-wise, it's been a blast hanging out with you. I have to quickly move on to another lesson. And I think we'll be doing upwards of another 10 to 15 videos for you real soon. Like that. See? Adverbial use. You just learned about suffixes, adverbs. I even told you where to position if you're listening carefully. The 7 most common ones for ward, the only ones. Wise, how you actually add nouns to wise to give the relationship when you're talking about something to someone. I use wards to give direction, and ly, the most common ending, which means related to or quality of. I think I did that beautifully. See? Related to beautiful. Anyway, you know the deal. I gotta get going. Mr. E with his new hair. I like this look. Looks good on him. Yeah. Styling. All right. Starting to intentionally attract the woman and bring them towards him. Otherwise, he'd be a lonely worm with no little wormlings around. What I want you to do is go to www.com. And if you noticed, I got silent because people pay attention when you write. Go to engVid. I'll see you there. There's going to be a quiz at engVid. Hopefully you'll participate, take it, and see how well you're going to score on my little test. Ciao.